Welcome to Midnight Madness! Boy, it's good to be back. I've missed all of you. My name is Peter Kaplowski. This is the Toronto International Film Festival. This is Midnight Madness. I just want to start by giving a big, big thank you to Mr. Colin Geddes, who subbed in for me the last 2 nights. Big thank you to Colin. And usually I save these thank yous for the last Midnight Madness, but I just want to shout out right now. Big round of applause for Joanne backstage. This is her last Midnight Madness for this year. Big round of applause. She's been making sure that I'm up here on time every night so we can get the things going. But first of all, let's reflect on the land that we are on and its history. We are located on the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit and the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Wendat, and the Haudenosaunee. We are gosh darn grateful. I would also like to thank our lead and major sponsors, Bell, RBC, Bulgari, and Visa. And a big thank you, of course, to the Government of Canada, the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, and the City of Toronto, and all of our supporters there. And a reminder, folks, this is one of 10 films in the Midnight Madness section that you can vote for the People's Choice Midnight Madness Award. Vote at tiff.net/vote. And a big thank you to Fine Cut for providing us with this film. But what film is this, may you ask? Of course, you know you bought the ticket, you're here to see a film that is the only film in the festival that I would deign to wear red pants for because of how much blood is in this movie. You're about to watch Project Wolf Hunting. And it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce to the stage now the maestro of this mayhem, director Kim Hongsun. And with him, cast members Seo In-guk, Jang Dong-yoon, Jung So-min, and interpreter Nara Moon will be joining as well. Keep going. Taking it all in? It's working. It's working.
It's work?
Yeah.
So nervous. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Hongsun, the director of the Project Wolf Hunting. Thank you for coming and enjoy. Thank you so much. 감사합니다.
안녕하십니까. 종두 역을 맡은 서인국입니다. 반갑습니다.
Hello, my name is Seo In-guk. I played the character of Jong-do. Nice to meet all of you.
안녕하세요. 늑대사냥에서 도일 역할을 맡은 배우 장동윤입니다. 반갑습니다.
Hello, my name is Chang Dong-yoon. I played the role of Doil. Nice to meet all of you.
안녕하세요. 늑대사냥에서 다연 역을 맡은 정소민입니다. 감사합니다. Thank you for coming.
Hello, my name is Jung So-min. I played the role of Taeyeon in Project Wolf Hunting. Nice to meet all of you.
Are we ready to watch this movie?
Yes.
All right. Then let's watch Project Wolf Hunting!
재밌게 보세요.
I told you these pants weren't lying. That's a lot of red. Please welcome director Kim Hongsun. And joining him, actor Seo In-guk, Jang Dong-yoon, and Jung So-min, with interpreter Nara Moon. A lot of fans in the audience.
장동윤 화장실 갔다.
Actor Chang Dong-yoon is actually in the restroom right now.
Oh, no! Well, let's get this started. Now, we have a surprise, too. While you guys think of questions, make sure they're good ones, because if you... Yes. But if you ask a question tonight, we have volunteers with posters for the films. So we're bribing the audience tonight. No. You'll have good questions. So the first question I have to ask, I've been telling everybody this is the bloodiest film of the festival. There's so much so much gore. How much blood did you use in this film? What was the blood? This is not the budget question, but the blood budget question.
2.5 ton. 2.5 ton. Exactly. Yeah. I asked my team. Yeah.
And so when you were approaching this film, what I love about it is that it's two genres. It starts as sort of a crime film, cops versus criminals, but then it becomes sort of a horror movie. Was that important to you to do a film that had two genres?
엄청 중요하다고 생각을 했고 저희 영화가 장르가 3번 바뀝니다. 범죄물에서 중간에 중도가 퇴장을 하면서 약간 호러로 바뀐 다음에 이 알파랑 그 대웅이가 들어오면서 SF 액션으로 바뀌고 마지막에 이렇게 3번 장르가 바뀌기 때문에 그냥 범죄물로 가면 너무 평범할 거라고 생각을 해서 플롯 자체가 되게 중요하게 바뀌는 포인트를 생각을 했습니다.
I actually think it was very important that the genre changes about 3 times, basically. It starts out as a criminal film, but then after Jong-du makes his exit, it turns into kind of a horror film, and then with the appearance of Alpha and Taeung in the end, it becomes kind of like a sci-fi action film. Without these elements, I thought the movie would be a little bit too ordinary, so I think the genre changes were actually very important to the film.
No, absolutely. And where did you shoot the film? Was it on an actual ship, or did you build a soundstage of all these ship rooms?
배를 두 척을 원래 우리 영화상에는 58,000톤인데 3만 톤 정도 되는 배 두 척을 빌리고 스튜디오 세트 해가지고 총 3군데를 하나의 배로 만드는 작업을 해서 배 두 척이랑 세트 3가지를 이용해가지고 이 프론티어 타이탄을 갖다가 구현했습니다.
We had 2 separate ships in addition to a set, and so those 3 were sort of combined to make to create altogether the ship that you see on the film.
I'd love to hear from the cast about what the experience was like on those sets, if they could describe the experience of being on those sets.
어떤 경험이요? 소감? 네, 세트 촬영을 하면서 되게 재밌었던 거는 저희가 실제 배도 촬영을 했고 세트도 촬영했는데 밖에서 안까지 이어지는 어떤 그 매끄러움이 굉장히 리얼감을 줬어요. 그래서 배 안에서 세트 안에서 촬영할 때도 정말 배 안에 타고 있는 그런 느낌을 확실하게 주고 배경도 그렇고 인물도 그렇고 그리고 피가 튈 때도 정말 피가 리얼해가지고 굉장히 즐겁게 촬영을 했습니다.
네, 그 영화를 보시면
So we did film on ships as well as on the set, and I think that the flow between the two was actually quite smooth from one place to another, and everything was so real, the blood and the action and also the ships, everything was so real that it was quite a real enjoyable experience to shoot there.
네, 영화를 보시면 아시겠지만 그 어디가 세트고 어디가 배인지 구별하기가 힘들 정도로 그 미술이 굉장히 디테일하거든요. 그래서 사실 저희들도 보면서 우리가 배에서 저게 촬영한 장면인지 세트에서 촬영한 장면인지 헷갈릴 정도로 너무 완벽한 미술이었다고 생각합니다.
Yeah, as you can see in the film, you really can't tell which scenes were shot on a set and which ones were on the ship. Even for us, when we're sitting in the audience watching it, we couldn't tell which one was which. It was really well done, the production design.
영화를 보니까 굉장히 힘들었을 거라고 다들 예상하실 텐데 저희 되게 화기애애하고 즐거웠거든요. 선배님들은 너무 다 귀여우시고 그런 기억이 납니다.
I think everyone thinks that it must have been really hard to shoot. It was a hard movie to shoot, but it actually wasn't at all. We had a really fun time, and it was a really enjoyable shoot.
I mean, it just looks like such a physical performance is required from everyone. What were the rehearsal period like, getting ready to perform some of the fight scenes in the film? This is to the cast, and then I'll ask the director about the fight scenes.
저희 늑대사냥이 추구했던 액션이 하이퍼 리얼리티라고 얘기할 수가 있는데 합이나 뭐 화려한 무술이 나오는 게 아니고 사느냐 죽느냐 아니면 죽이느냐 뭐 이런 감정을 가지고 하는 액션이기 때문에 굉장히 리얼해야 돼가지고 배우들이 미리 합을 맞추거나 이런 그 타이밍을 만들진 않았어요. 그래갖고 촬영 들어가기 바로 직전에 이런 느낌, 감정을 가지고 하는 액션이기 때문에 가장 중요했던 게 안전이었습니다. 안전. 다치면은 아무리 좋은 그림이 나오고 좋은 영화가 나와도 아무것도 소용이 없기 때문에 연기를 하다가 위험하다 그러면 스스로 멈출 수 있게 그런 장치를 하고 배우들한테도 얘기를 하고 스태프들한테도 위험할 것 같으면 알아서 멈춰라. 그래서 저는 이 가장 중요했던 게 액션에 있어서 세이프티, 안전이 제일 중요했습니다.
Yeah, the action in our film can be described as hyper real rather than kind of professional choreographed action. What you see is kind of a survival kind of action, whether you kill or get killed. It's one of the two, and so everything had to be real. Because of that, we also had to focus a lot on safety. No matter how good a film might be, I thought that it's no use if people got hurt, and so I told the staff as well as the cast that, the crew and the cast, that if you think that someone might get hurt during a shot or something like that, then you let me know, we'll just stop, and even if we waste that take, it's much more important that everyone be safe, so I focused
It
a
looks
lot.
like everyone got hurt.
다 다친 것처럼 보이는데.
네, 종드는 정말 어떤 전문적인 격투 기술을 가지지 않고 본능적으로 상대방을 죽이는 액션을 좀 만들어냈습니다.
Yep. Someone yelled out, he did well. Rather than professional fighting techniques, Jongdu shows a kind of like an instinctual fighting technique, and so that's what I focused on.
네, 저는 규태랑 했던 액션씬이 굉장히 기억에 남는데 힘들다기보다 물론 다음날 아침에 일어날 때 몸은 좀 아팠지만 힘들다기보다는 너무 희열을 느끼면서 액션씬 촬영을 했고 오히려 저는 보면서 지금 약간 담이 온 것 같아요. 너무 긴장을 많이 해가지고 분명히 제가 찍은 부분인데도 이렇게 피나 이런 게 터지고 막 할 때 너무 리얼해가지고 엄청 네, 긴장하면서 스릴감 있게 봤습니다. 지금이 몸이 더 아픈 것 같아요.
What's memorable for me is the action scene that I had with Kyute. I did ache a little bit the morning following that shoot, but it wasn't hard necessarily. It was quite exhilarating. But watching it now, actually, the blood and everything, even though I'm the one that shot it, it just seems so real that I was tensing up. I kind of feel like I'm hurting more now than I did after shooting the scene.
그 감독님 앞서 말씀하신 것처럼 준비를 할 수 있는 액션이 아닙니다. 그래가지고 핑계를 대는 게 아니라 잘하려고 열심히 하려고 하니까 잘 안 되더라고요. 그래가지고 생각을 비우고 하니까 좀 색다른 경험을 한 것 같습니다. 네.
Yeah, so as the director said, the action is not really the type that you can prepare for. So when I tried really hard to do well, I actually couldn't really do it. And so I kind of tried to not think too much and empty my head before I began the shoot.
All right, we're going to move to the audience. That hand was over there first, though. Yes. Yes. Because of all the cleanup that you might have to do with all that blood, how many takes did you have? Did you have to reset a lot?
사실 정확하게 말씀하셨는데 테이크를 갖다가 제가 데뷔할 때부터 지금까지 작품을 하면서 테이크가 점점 줄었는데 이 영화는 정말 이 늑대사냥은 정말 테이크를 덜 가려고 노력을 했어요. 한 테이크가 NG가 나면 어떤 컷은 세팅을 다시 하는데 2시간 반이 걸려서 5시간 동안 2테이크밖에 못 갈 적도 있었고 한 번 NG가 날 때마다 이러기 때문에 모든 배우랑 스태프들이 굉장히 집중해서 그래서 최대 많이 간 게 유저리 3테이크 그리고 그냥 감정적인 씬은 뭐 어떤 배우 같은 경우는 20테이크까지 간 적도 있지만 액션 씬은 3테이크 이상 간 적이 거의 없다고 생각이 됩니다.
Truthfully, throughout my career, I think that the number of takes have progressively decreased. But on this one especially, I really tried to not do that many takes because the setup took so long that for some of the setups it would take 2 hours to set up one take. And so I think usually there were about 3 takes. The action scenes, the max, it was 3 takes. There were some emotional scenes where we went all the way up to 20 takes and such. But for most of them, we tried to limit the number of takes.
There's a question at the back there, right there, waving your hand. Yes?
Thank you
And your question.
very much.
Is there an official death count? Did you count how many people? What's the body count?
형사 18명, 범죄자 18명, 선원 10명, 비행기 타고 온 개조인간 8명, 대웅까지 하면 18 곱하기 36.
Cannot count.
46.
Cannot count.
46.
Cannot count.
57, around 57, yeah.
So 18 detectives, 18 criminals, 10 boat crew, then the 8 others that came along, and you add Taeung, and we get to about this number.
Okay, right there in the front. Ooh. Okay, for the actors, if you could play a different character in the movie, which character would you want to play? Recasting.
저는 종들을 놓치고 싶지 않습니다. 하지만 선택지가 이렇게 종도 빼고라면 한번 알파를 한번 해보는 것도 재밌지 않을까라는 생각을 했습니다.
For me, I don't want to lose Chongdu, but if you tell me that I can't choose him, then I think it would have been fun to play Alpha as well.
Does everybody want to play Alpha?
다들 알파 하고 싶은 거 아닌가요?
저도 알파 하고 싶다고 생각하고 있었는데.
Me too. I was thinking that I wanted to play Alpha, but you said it first.
어떡하지?
제가 알파 하면 별 다를 게 없을 것 같아서 저는 종두. 네.
Yeah, I would like to play Chongdu.
Okay, there was a very enthusiastic hand at the very back there, and then we'll go to the dress circle. What was your favorite fight scene in the film?
저는 사실 오늘 영화를 처음 봤거든요. 그래서 보면서 좋았던 거는 우리 박호산 형님이 이빨로 알파 팔을 뜯는 그 씬이 기억에 가장 남습니다.
This is my first time seeing this film today, actually, and so for me, what really stands out is the scene where actor Park Ho-san. There's a scene where he rips Alpha's arm apart, like he bites his arm. Yeah.
정말 죄송한데 진짜 제가 따라쟁이가 아니고요. 진짜 왜냐면 제가 진짜 감독님한테도 조금 전에도 이게 무대 나오기 전에도 말씀드렸는데 저는 그 장면이 좋았던 이유는 사실 액션도 있지만 그 뒤에 호산 선배 대사를 하는데 저는 같이 촬영한 저의 동료 형사로 나온 선배님이잖아요. 그래서 같은 동료 팀이라고 늘 생각하고 촬영했는데 그렇게 죽는 모습을 처음 봤거든요. 너무 눈물이 나더라고요. 저는 그 장면이. 그래서 네, 너무 좋았습니다. 진짜 따라해서 자꾸 죄송합니다.
I was just telling the director backstage too that I also like that scene, and I know that it's an action scene, but also at the end there's a part where he says certain things and he also dies, and I was thinking about him as part of the detective team and as part of one team. So see him die on screen like that, I was getting teary watching that scene.
저도 오늘 영화 처음 봤는데 종두 죽을 때가 가장 불쌍하더라고요. 예.
Yeah, this is my first time watching this film today as well, and when Chongdu dies, he really did seem pitiful.
Director Kim, did you have a favorite scene that you remember filming that you were really happy to film?
Actually, 저는 사실 전부 다 이게 어떤 지금 여기 배우도 세 분이나 계시고 그래서 제가 여기서 공식적으로 나중에 따로 말씀을 드리겠습니다. 네, 여기서는 저는 진짜 근데 진심으로 되게 처음부터 끝까지 다 좋아하고 기억에 전부 남지만 크랭크인 할 때 돼지 농장을 찍었어요. 동윤이가 깨어나는 그때 저는 너무 또 길게 얘기하면 하도 사람들이 뭐라고 해가지고 근데 그 돼지 농장 찍을 때 저는 그러니까 보통 이 영화 촬영 그러니까 우리 영화 촬영 시작하면 초반에 굉장히 힘든 씬을 찍습니다. 그래야지 스텝이랑 배우가 한 몸이 돼갖고 달리는 데 있어서 되게 좋기 때문에 정서적으로 하나가 되고 그래서 돼지 농장 씬을 되게 힘들게 찍었는데 그게 가장 기억에 남아요.
So of course, all scenes are memorable, and I also have these three actors here. So, Peter, I'll tell you separately later about my favorite. But to be honest, they were all very memorable. But what I can say right now is that on the first day we shot at the pig farm, and usually on a project you start with a hard scene on the first day, and it kind of serves as a kind of a common endeavor so that it's kind of like it becomes a team building exercise for the crew and the actors as well. And so that was a really hard shoot, but so it stands out in my head.
We only have time for one more. I want the dress circle to have a chance. There was a hand right over there. Is there a part two? Perfect question to end on. Part two. Will there be a part two?
Yes, Thank you.
And can you use resurrection technology to bring the other characters back?
So 제가 세 가지가 있어요. 이걸 쓰면서 프리퀄을 써놨고요. 이들이 필리핀 오기 전 이야기. 그 다음에 뒤에 남은 이 포스트 휴먼들이 싸우는 도일이가 살아남아서 아들을 찾고 이 포스트 휴먼들이랑 싸우는 이야기를 시퀄로 해서 두 가지 책을 더 만들어놨습니다.
When I was writing the script for this movie, I had actually written two others, a prequel that has to do with these characters' lives from before the Philippine days, and then a sequel with the post-humans as they continue to fight and Toy retrieves his son, etc. So there's a sequel script as well.
Put your hands together for Project Wolf Hunting.
Thank you.
And remember to vote for the film at tiff.net/vote.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.